everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for coming on board again. How was your week? I do hope it was well. Mine was crazy, busy, but I thank God we are here. I just ask and request that you keep sanitizing, keep wearing your mask, keep washing your hands in this season, because that way you keep yourself safe, you keep your loved ones safe, and even those ones that are around you. I'd like to start off by a word of encouragement that may we be found at the right place. May we be in God's will. There's a song by Jackie Valescas that says, I don't want to go where you are not, And I want, maybe I can sing it, it will make more sense. I don't want to go somewhere if I know that you're not there. 'Cause I know to me without you is a lie. I don't want to walk that road and be a million miles from home, 'cause my heart needs to be where you are, right at home. We need to be there, just there, the right place, in God's will. And so welcome again, and today I'll be telling you a Bible story, and it's not only for the child but also you, the adult. Please hear me out, hear me out. I know and I promise you're going to be fed. You're going to live a different person by the end of this Bible story. Of course, it's found in the Bible, and at the end of the story, I'll need you write down at the comment section to tell me where this story comes from in the Bible, which chapter it is, and the verses. Okay? Sawa sawa. One day, Elisha went to Shunem, and a lady who was quite well-to-do asked him to have lunch with her. And so every time Elisha went to Shunem, he had lunch with her. One time when this lady was having lunch with her husband, she told him, I think this is a godly man. We should build him an upper room and put a chair, a bed, a lampstand, and a table, so that every time he comes to Shunem, he can rest there. And they did just that. So every time Elisha came to Shunem, he went and rested in that room. So one day, as he was laying in his bed, he called on his servant Gehazi and told him, call the Shunammite woman. And so she came and stood in the hallway. And Elisha asked, you have been so kind to us. What can we give back to you? What can we do to you? Can we speak on your behalf to the king or the commander-in-chief? And she said, no. I'm at home with my people. And Elisha asked, what can we do for you? And Gehazi said, she has no child and her husband is old. And so Elisha said, next year, at such a time as this, you will hold your son in your arms. And she said, no, man of God, please do not raise my hopes high. And sure enough, she became pregnant. And the next year, at that exact time, she held her son in her hands. And so the child grew. And when he was a little older, he went out to the field where his dad was harvesting with the servants. And he cried, my head, my head. And the dad told one of placed him on her laps, and he was there up to around midday when he died. So she took him and went upstairs and placed him on Elisha's bed and closed the door, went downstairs and called out to her husband and said, "Please send me one of the servants and let them come with a donkey. I want to go and see the man of God." And the husband said, "Why? It's not full moon. It's not even Sabbath." And she said, "It's all right." And so the servant came and she told him, "Do not stop, do not slow down unless I tell you so." So they saddled along and they rode along until they arrived at the foot of Mount Carmel. And Elisha looked from beyond, looked and said and told his servant Gehazi, "Isn't that the Shunammite woman? Do this, Gehazi. Go and meet her and tell her and ask her, are you all right? Is your husband all right? Is your child all right?" And so Gehazi ran and met her. Actually went and met her and asked, "Are you well? Is your husband well? And is your child well?" And she said, "Yes, they're okay." And so she came to where Elisha was and fell on her feet and said, "Didn't I tell you not to put my hopes high, not to raise my hopes?" And Gehazi tried pushing her away from Elisha. And Elisha said, "Dude." And Elisha said, "Just leave her alone. Can't you see she is distressed? But the Lord hasn't revealed to me what is happening." And she said, "Didn't I ask you not to raise my hopes high?" And so Elisha said to his servant Gehazi, "Tuck your cloak under your belt. Take my staff and run. If somebody greets you, do not reply. Run and place this staff on that child." And so the lady said, "As long as the Lord is alive and you are alive, and the Lord, as long as the Lord lives and you live, it's going to be okay." So she stood up and they started walking and Elisha followed her. So Gehazi did just what he had been told and placed the staff on that child. Nothing happened. So he came back and met them and told him that nothing had happened. So Elisha went upstairs, closed the door behind him, and started praying. He prayed and he placed himself on the child's body, nose onto the nose, mouth onto the mouth, hand onto the hand, and the child's body started becoming warm. He stood up again and continued praying, walking around the room, and again he went back and laid himself on top of that child. And the child sneezed 7 times and opened his eyes. And so Elisha called Gehazi and said, "Please call the Shunammite." So the Shunammite came and she saw her son and she fell down thanking Elisha, took her son and went downstairs. That is a true story that happened a long time ago. I really do hope that you have enjoyed it. And now, as I had asked before on the comment section below, I'd like you to tell me which book of the Bible this story comes from, the chapter and the verses. Thank you so much and God bless you. Bye-bye.